Hello, and welcome back to another celebrity requested reading. It is June 24th, 2026. It is 2:45 p.m. It is a Wednesday. Today we will be doing this is going to be a double feature, you guys. It's going to be first for who is, and I'm going to fuck her name up, um, Jisoo, future spouse, energetically speaking. And then the second portion of the reading is going to be Jisoo and Jennie Kim. What is their current energy? Okay, so this will be a double feature. So let's get started. All of the cards have already been pre-shuffled with Jisoo in mind. So let's go. Let's start off with who is Jisoo's future spouse, energetically speaking. To do that, I want to use the Tarot of Apocalypse. I'm going to ask for 3 cards, okay? So here we go. What do we have at the bottom? Okay. So whomever her future spouse is, they could be an air sign, doesn't have to be, but as all of us, they have had some type of heartbreak in love or some type of betrayal, when it comes to love, okay? As we all have, all right? Yep, and with the Hermit, this is really good. Okay, so this is really good, you guys. Even though her future spouse has had some type of betrayal in love, with the Hermit card being here, it looks like whomever they may be has dealt with that, has went inside and dealt with that, meaning spiritually seeking, you know what I'm saying? Where did I go wrong? Was it me? Was it them? Whatever the case may be. So yeah, in other words, whoever her future spouse is, they have done the work, okay? So let's see what we have here. Or they will be done the work, but let's see, because we're talking about the future here. I need 3 cards, please. Who is Jisoo's future spouse energetically? 3 cards, please. Okay. Okay. These are the Star Code Astro. Same question. Who is Jisoo's future spouse, energetically speaking, at the bottom? Okay. All right. With partnership being here at the bottom of the deck, I don't know if this is someone she may already know. I don't know if this is someone she may go into business with. I don't know if this is someone she will meet while she's working or whatever the case may be. Or they might, come together in some type of endeavor and have some type of partnership. Not necessarily, not always just love. I'm saying maybe business too. Or it could just be a good relationship with partnership being here. So that's good. Ooh, invitation. All right, number 37 and 31 could be significant to her or him or whomever they may be. Who is Jisoo's future, and I'm sorry y'all if I'm saying it wrong, future spouse, energetically speaking? And one more card, y'all, before I turn them over. Miracles. Oh, okay, so yeah, neither one of them may expect this. Ooh, yeah, neither one of them. She may have babies. Okay, she may have a baby, not baby. She may have a baby with him, and they might not expected it or something like that. Okay, maybe he may feel like he can't have kids, or maybe she may felt like she couldn't, or whatever. But if they do conceive, it's gonna be way of shock. Like they're not gonna believe it, or maybe it'll happen sooner than they expected. Something to that extent. Who is Jisoo's future spouse, energetically speaking? All right, now let's get down to it, you guys. Let's see what we got here. Wow, this is interesting. Look what we have here, you guys. We have the Ace of Cups, okay? The Ace of Cups talks about love. Now listen here. We also have the Six of Pentacles. Anytime, especially in this position, anytime I see the Six of Pentacles, I like to think of there's going to be a even give and take. There's going to be a balance. I give, you give. I give, you give. And then we have the Princess of Swords. Now, don't quote me on this, but I think the Princess of Swords is just like the Knight of Swords. Not in that way, but I'm saying like the female version is what I'm saying. But let's just let's see if I can find it, because if so, you know, it makes perfect sense, because we're talking about the future spouse for her. So with the Ace of Cups being here, this is, you know, the beginning of love. With the Six of Pentacles, this is like balance, you know. And like I said, they could meet working, you know, because it is a pentacle. All right. Let's see. Wow. Look at that. So let's see if I can find the princess. If she's even here, she could be in the back somewhere. Yeah, because I think they have the people in the back for some reason of this book. Ugh. I don't know why they do it that way. Yep. I see somebody. Yeah, there's somebody in the back. They keep them in the back for some reason. There goes one picture of her, but where's the rest? Why would they only have one picture of this lady here? Hold on, y'all. I'm getting to it. Oh, yeah, they got all of them back here. So that's the Queen of Cups. That's that one of Cups. Okay, we're getting close. Here, wait. That's the Prince. Here she go. Found her. Okay. Sorry. We found her. Okay, what do they say about her? Okay, so this is what it says. It says the foundation of knowledge. It talks about grounding of intellectual manifestations of ideas, theories applied, record and writing, history and wisdom that has come to pass. It talks about speech, disclosure. It talks about debates. It talks about protecting records of all forms. It talks about a container of wisdom, the source of ideas, the beginning of intellectual project studies, becoming a student, practical approach to learning, the power of words to shape the world around the revolutionary idea of intellectual person need to engage with new ideas and find their foundation. Wow, liberation, record keeper. Okay, so when it comes to the future spouse, okay, this is her energy. You know, he's gonna meet her when she's in this type of energy, this Princess of Swords. And this Princess of Swords is all about new beginnings. She's gonna be learning something about herself. She's gonna be learning something about life. She's gonna have wisdom. She's gonna be them past some type of test when it comes to her life. And that's what's gonna open up the door in order for this person to come in for her. So this is really good. It says the foundation of learning. Okay, so that's when she'll find him, or when whomever they are will find her when she's at this foundation of learning. She's going to be on a higher level than she is when she meets this person. Somehow, some way, she's going to be studying something, whether it's herself, whether it's life, whatever the case it is, it's going to be new for her. Okay, so that's good. So like I said, we already know the Ace of Cups, what that is. That talks about the beginning of love. Okay, and this is what we're talking about in the Six of Pentacles here. Let's just read the Six of Pentacles just because I know sometimes different tarot cards mean different things, but let's just see what this particular one says here. So let's see. Yep, right away, the first thing on here is generosity. Okay, philanthropy, charity, give aid to those who request it, exchange of resources, flow of resources, adaptability with respect to material concerns, It also talks about giving one's wealth away, banquetment, offering, supporting others in everyday world, rebalance of material resources in community. Yeah, this is gonna be a relationship where neither one of them may feel as if one is giving too much or not giving enough. It's gonna have some type of balance to it. All right. And since we're already here, let's just read what the Ace of Cups have to say for her. Because this is going to be a long reading, so y'all might as well just get ready. It's going to be long regardless. So let's see what it says. Oh, the first word on here is pure love. And it talks about bliss and ecstasy and happiness and emotions. Okay. It says emotions in their unadulterated form, divine, spiritual experiences, beauty, art, manifestation. Look at that. Wow. Wow. This is, man, I don't know. I don't know. So far, so good, because we're talking about who is he. I mean, who is this person? You know, who is Jisoo's future spouse? So, energetically speaking, it seems like someone who knows what they want, someone who will be ready to give and take in a relationship, and someone who will accept her at the level that she is at. So far, whoever her future spouse is looks like a stand-up person so far. So let's turn this over. I'll show you the little cards again. So we have the Ace of Cups in this order, the Six of Pentacles, and then we have the Princess of Swords. Okay. So what is this one? Man, okay. Okay. Like I said, where's the little book? We have flares, and it talks about activate. So whomever this individual is, they're ready. They're ready. Like, if they're not ready, they will be ready when they meet her. Man, interesting. This is what it's. Ooh. Look, it says change is in the air. It says a flare of energy supports your work. The mood is restless, sparky, and evolutionary and curious. Yo, them pages, like them page of swords, be curiosity, okay? People are hungry for change. It said this is not the time to be quiet, but to be fast on your feet. That's why I said, whomever this individual is, energetically speaking, they is ready. Okay, it says it is not the time to be quiet, but to be fast on your feet. It says solar flares magnify the energy on any other card you pull. When the sun is storming, our social and political world activates revolutionary. Didn't I just read something earlier with this Princess of Swords that talks about revolutionary? I'm pretty sure I did. It says change. It talks about manifest. It says trees grow faster in the forest. It says aim carefully. A flare brings momentum, not thoughtfulness. It says that you have to provide. It says a calm metaphysical perspective may be easy, but can bring in. It says calm metaphysically perspective may not be easy, but you can bring that in to create balance and longevity. Didn't I say earlier, when it comes to their connection, every time I see the pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, if it's in the correct position, I always think about balance. There's going to be an equal give and take. So here we go again. It says, but you can bring, it says, be calm when a calm metaphysical perspective may not be easy, but you can bring that in to create balance and longevity. Whomever this individual is, they don't want to be in this just to say I did it. Like, they want to go the long, as long as it can go. That's what they want. They don't want this to be something short term. So with solar flares being here, it can activate, but you got to be careful. So that lets me know this individual is not just gonna say, you know, this, that, that. They're gonna know who they want. And we're talking about Jisoo, so sorry if I said her name wrong. But that's who we're talking about. So they're gonna know this is who they want, this is who they're supposed to be with. And then look at here. It says what you build during a solar flare may be hot and fever, but not necessarily long lived. It says to turn an idea or a love affair into something permanent. It says, like a business plan or a partnership, it will take conscious effort. And see, that's why we had that partnership card. Remember, I was like, it may be more than just love. Remember, I said it's cool if they have a good loving relationship, but I also say it may be like business related too. And see, this is what it talks about. It says, turn an idea of a love affair into something permanent, like a business plan or a partnership. So we have partnership coming out again, and it talks about, but it takes a conscious effort. It takes a conscious effort. So that lets me know right now. I don't really, this is literally my first time doing a reading on Jisoo, but with the Princess of Swords being here, it makes me, it kind of makes me feel like, well, I don't know how she acts when it comes to, you know, her mental process is, and how she speaks and how she thinks. What I can tell you is that when she meets her future spouse, she'll be done developed even more. So if she's just fine now or whatever, that fine is gonna level up even more when it comes to her communication and clarity, mental aspect of her life is going to be leveled up even more. Okay, when this person enters, here's the challenge. It talks about tempers flare along with the sun. You can scorch yourself with too much passionate action and not enough emotional sensitivity if you are not mindful. Here's the gift. It says the sun is sending extra voltage and inspiration your way, so use it wisely. For the heart is the situation and the passion and the people involved. Then balance that fire by adding water, compassion, and thoughtfulness of air and logistics of the earth to turn that inspiration into reality. And we do know so far, if Guga is correct, Jisoo is a earth sign. Okay, so maybe right now she may lack a little bit of communication skills. Maybe right now she may lack a little bit of emotional skills. But when she meet this person, she'll have it. Okay. And that's what a spouse is supposed to bring into your life as well. Things that you don't have. You learn from that person and that person learns from you. Something to that extent. Okay, so far, so good, you know. You know, let's see what this one is. Oh yeah. That's pretty much why I said that. All right, so we have number 40. Number 40 talks about awakening. Everybody know what awakening is, but just in case you don't know, let's just go ahead and talk about it. Like I said, it's going to be a long reading. Very long. It's going to be a double feature, you guys. So here we go. Number 40. Number 40 could be significant to him on some type of level. He could be older than her, not for sure. But let's just see what number 40 says when it talks about awakening. It says, wake up. It says, awaken now to your true self. Are those tears of joy or sorrow? Let them out. It says, Yamaya swallows your tears. Am I reading the wrong one? Yes. It says, you are vulnerable. It says you are vibrating at a high frequency, so you see everything differently. This is the goddess rising. You are awakening up, and once you have experienced awakening, you can never go back to not knowing. Wow, it says the path of awakening is not straight, comfortable, or easy. You have to choose to lift the veil and have a real relationship with the divine. You didn't come to transcend this world while you were living in. You came here to dig into the soil, plant yourself, and grow the ancestors in your divine purpose. I am receiving and radiating love. Oh, listen, I don't know who this individual is, but as I said, whomever they is, they have been through something. And we all have when it comes to love. But here's the thing. A lot of people go through a lot of stuff when it comes to love, but do they learn from it? Whomever this individual is, her future spouse, energetically speaking, has learned. Okay. And when a person learns about how they move in a relationship, they take responsibility for what they did right. They take responsibility for what they did wrong. They just don't point the finger. So this person may be a little older than her. You know, don't have to be. And even if they're not older than her, you know, like physically being older, could be more mature. Okay, could be more mature than she is. Not saying that she's immature, because like I said, it's my first time doing a reading on her, but they could just be a little bit more mature in certain areas than she is. Now, let's move on to what is their personality in life path. Okay, so we're going to use the Tattoo Tarot to try to figure that out. Okay, what do we have at the bottom of the deck? Oh, this shuck a duck. Oh, look, I promise you guys, I pre-shuffle these cards. I really do. Ten of Cups right here. Oh, ain't that just the everything? The Ten of Cups. Yes, it did. We all want the Ten of Cups. God damn it. Ha ha. And see, we got the Connive, which is basically the Page of Wands. We all want that type of energy. A new start, a new beginning. And a new beginning that brings out this outcome right here. Wow. So just splitting this deck, when it comes to what is their personality in life path, is to bring new beginnings, passion, and love into a connection with a strong foundation. Okay. The Ten of Cups is everything. That's family, that's wholeness, that's balance, that's peace, that's love. Okay. So that's what their primary personality and life path is. Let's see what'll happen, though. We all have good intentions. Let's see what'll happen. Let's see what will happen. I need 3 cards, okay? And then I'm going to ask for 1 astrology card. Okay. Ugh. Okay. What is their personality and life path? Mercury. Oh, see what I'm saying? I don't know if they'll be an air sign. They don't have to be, you know, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. They don't have to be. I think with Mercury coming out, or being at the bottom of the deck, I'm really just leaning more so as this relationship is going to take a lot of communication. You know, it's going to take a lot of communication, and her future spouse may be the one who has to initiate that communication. Okay, not saying that she can't, but sometimes, you know, we may not know how, and that's where her future spouse will come in and assist her with that. But like I said, with this Page of Swords, not Page of Swords, this Princess of Swords, I think she's gonna get there in time. All right, so let's see. Yep, look at here, Shiren. I like this card. It talks about, it represents deep wounds in our souls and our attempts to heal. I'm telling you, whomever her future spouse is, they have done the work. Like I said, when we seen that 3 of Swords out there earlier in the Hermit card, that let me know they done been hurt. You know, they done been hurt. Somehow, some way, they done been hurt. Whoa, that was weird as fuck. Okay, why did y'all... they could be a Virgo. God damn, why did that just happen? That was weird. What is their personality in life path? When it comes to Jisoo's future spouse, what is their personality and life path via these cards? Just 1, please. Can I get 1 card, please? Appreciate it. Okay. So what in the hell is this? I knew it! Wait a minute. Wait, is that the right one? Is that the right one? Yes! Bullshit! shit ain't about nothing. Oh my God, y'all. Ugh. Shay, what's the hubbub? Listen, y'all don't understand. When I was shuffling these cards, I bullshit you not. This card came out. It like flipped out on me when I was shuffling earlier because like I said, I pre-shuffle all the cards. And this goddamn card done showed his motherfucking face. I can't believe it. I'm y'all just don't understand. These cards be tripping me smooth the fuck out. Like, I be mind boggled by the shit. I really do. But let me just read what it says. Okay, so we're talking about their primary, not the primary. We're talking about what is their personality and life path. And look at here, we got sextile. I'm going to read to you what sextile says. It says, this major aspect occurs when the planets or the points are 60 degrees apart. A sextile indicates harmony, cooperation, and a friendly vibe. It says, for instance, the sign Pisces is sextile to Taurus. So if someone has Mercury, didn't we just... Where the hell do we have Mercury? Oh, yeah. Remember, we had Mercury just a minute ago. That was at the bottom of this deck right here. It says, if someone has Mercury in Taurus and Mars in Pisces on their chart, the sextile aspect would indicate that those planets are working together in a pleasant, mutual, and stress-free relationship. Peep game, though. The question at hand is, what is their personality and life purpose? And their personality and life purpose is ding, to have a pleasant and mutual. Remember when I said with this Six of Pentacles, a pleasant and mutual stress-free relationship, whether that's in love, whether that's in business, stress-free. Look at it. That's what it says. Look at it. It's at the bottom. Yes. Dude, where's my car? This is crazy. Seriously. Well, we said all of that to say this. Turn them motherfucking tarot cards around. Let's see what they got to say. I'm sorry, you guys. I definitely had a monster. Look at the monster. Yeah, look at it. This is my very first one. Grape. Let's see. All right. Let's see what these cards say. Start here. Well, all right. Well, that's why they said start here. Because we're talking about what is their personality and life path. Let's read this card, y'all. It's the Four of Wands. And I know in the Four of Wands and other tarot cards, the Four of Wands, the traditional ones, talks about family reunion, harmony. It talks about a lot of different stuff, good stuff. Okay, let's homecoming. Let's see what this card has to say. Okay, here we go, y'all. So this is what it says. It says peace. Wait. Yeah, it says peace and rest. It talks about holiday. It talks about celebration. It talks about job well done. It talks about happy home. It talks about life, joyful outcome, waiting on a conclusion. It talks about harmony. It talks about beauty. And it talks about love is in the air. Yeah. So I don't know this person's story, but what I do know is they seem like a person who wants their spouse, which is Jisoo, to be very happy in the relationship, very happy, period, in life. So it seems like they're the type of person who, wants to work hard to provide this. My only question is, it's not necessarily why. It seems like this person is going really, really hard. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it, Okay, here we go. Yep, because we have the death card right here. And that's why I said I want to know why. Because remember what I had said earlier. I said this individual has went through some things in the past. And because with this death card, that lets me know this individual has went through transformation, their transformation in life. So this is why they'll work so hard, because maybe in the past they understood where they could have did better at. Okay, so I think this is the why, y'all. I think this is the why. I really do. Well, then, what is this? Haha. I love it. Yep. See, that's why I read it backwards like that way instead of forward. Because look, we have the Ace of Wands right here. And what does the Ace of Wands talk about? Birth, okay, nativity, force, and primary energy. We want to know what their personality and life path is. And right here, it's just new beginnings, okay? Releasing old energies, progress, intervention. It talks about fruits of labor. It talks about family origin. It talks about fertility. And it talks about creative. And it talks about new enterprise. Yeah, you can't have all this new until you go through your transformation, and then you can have the happy family and the joy and the celebration. So this is why. These cards are turning over the way that they are. Because whoever this individual is done been through something, and whatever they done been through, they don't want their spouse to have to deal with it, not on their end. If the crazy part about it is the situation is like this. You know how a motherfucker gonna make sure they do everything. So if things go left, it won't fall on them. It's something to that extent. So like I said, I don't know what happened in the past with this person, but it's like, nah, you ain't gonna be able to say this because I did A, B, C, D, Z, and all G's and everything else. So it's like they crossing their I's and they dotting their T's. And I said, crossing their I's and dotting their T's. You know what? Let's just roll with it. Wow, I've never said that before. Um, they're doing everything that they need to do, not ass backwards. That was ass backwards. And maybe in the past, maybe they had did things ass backwards. But this time, they will not be the blame if things was to ever go wrong. They don't want that on their conscience. So that's why they going so hard. Wow. Okie dokie, Smokey. Let's see. Let's go on over here then. Now this is where it gets a little fun. What cards? Okay, yeah. Let's see. Are they, well, naturally that's what will come next. Because I said this individual, if things go left, they don't want to be accountable for it. So let's see what we have here. I want to ask via these cards right here. This regular tarot, but they got the up and down descriptions on them, top and bottom. So let's see here. What it says, are they destined? This person wants to know, are they destined? Okay, let's see. 3 cards here. Are they destined? I'm gonna ask for 3 cards. Are they destined? What do we have at the bottom? Ooh. We have trust, spirit, insight, emotional stability. You know what? Could be. We got this high priestess here. Somebody knows something. But let's just go and see here. Ooh. Now look at that. What are the odds of, and remember we got 17 right here too. What are the odds of splitting this deck like this and getting the high priestess as well as the star card? And the question at hand is, are they destined? Here's the thing, remember, the star card talks about hope. It talks about inspiration. It talks about creativity. It talks about peace. It talks about contentment, as well as renewal and serenity. It talks about spirituality, healing, positivity, faith, and renewal. It talks about healing, rejuvenation, perseverance, and faith. And then look at this. It talks about trusted spirit insight, emotional stability, divination. It talks about wisdom and knowledge, okay? Things to be revealed and spirit guided. I don't know. It's interesting that the question at hand is, are they destined? And for these two cards to come out, I would say they are destined. Okay. Everybody comes in our life for a reason. So yeah, I would say just based off of these cards alone, I would say they are destined. Shout out to the person who requested the reading. I would say they are, but let's see. Let's see. Can I get 3 cards, please? When it comes to Jisoo's future spouse, can I get 3 cards? Are they destined? Oh shit, there go my nose. There go my nose, Lord have mercy. It get the itching, man. It get the itching. And depending on which side of the nose, whether left and right, it tells me stuff. I know it's weird, y'all. Don't judge me. But it tells me things, you know. All right, so here we go. Are they destined? No, wait. You're moving the cart, what they say, you're putting the cart before the horse, Shay. Don't do that. Well, damn it. All right. Are they destined? Are they destined? Okay. All right, let's see here. I'll put them up there. All right. And one more card. I want to know, are y'all okay with all the cards? Because I don't need all the cards. I could, use less cards. If y'all want less cards, just let me know. Y'all the ones who getting the reading. So just let me know if you say, hey, Shay, give us less cards. I can do that too. Just let me know. If you're okay with the cards, all the cards, that's fine too. But, I do this for y'all and I appreciate you. So I want to make sure, y'all happy with it. Okay, so here we go. So let's see. Are they destined? Are they destined? Interesting. Look at here. Look at here. Well, I need to look at these cards. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. See? Okay. This is what we have, y'all. When it comes to the question at hand, are they destined? Look what we have. Okay, we have the 7 of Swords. So once again, we have more of that sword energy coming out, more of that communication energy coming out. So are they destined? Look at this. It says deception. It talks about lies. It talks about trickery. It talks about cheating. It talks about stealing, danger, risky behavior, enemies, designs as friends, lack of consciousness, and tactic resources. Listen here. Didn't I say whoever her person is, they done been hurt? I said they done been hurt, they done been deceived, they done been betrayed. I said that earlier. I said that earlier in the beginning. Because we had that 3 of Swords. Now listen to this. Okay, I'll show you. Now listen to this though. We have the page, not the Page of Pentacles, but we have the 2 of Pentacles. And listen to what the 2 of Pentacles have to say. It says balancing, trying to find balance, resourcefulness, up and down, accountability, flexibility. It says playing with life. It says playing with money. It says balancing the books, and it talks about shifting money, profits, and losses. Remember what I said earlier with the 6 of Pentacles. I said this is a relationship that will require balance, a even give and take. So are they destined? With this card right here, being right here with the 7 of Swords, lets me know that her too, because we talking about both of them, her too, as well as her future spouse, done been through some type of trickery when it comes to relationships. Both of them will be looking for some type of balance, adaptability, okay? Now, if they find that, because both of these cards talk about maybe, if they find that, we have a yes. And what does the yes say with the Page of Pentacles? Damn, I did say Page of Pentacles. Didn't realize this was the Page of Pentacles right here, and that was the Two of Pentacles right there. God damn. Listen, and I know she's a Capricorn, and listen to this right here. What it says. It says good news in worldly affairs, solid beginnings, setting goals, making plans, laying the groundwork, taking advantages of opportunities, okay, jumping on the bag wagon, consistency and bright future. Bag wagon, jumping on the bag wagon. Yep, that's why I was talking about putting the horse before the cart. Yeah. Jumping on the bandwagon, okay? Consistency and a brighter future. So in the past, things may not have been good for the both of them, but moving forward, it will be. It will be good for them. Solid, what it says, solid beginnings, setting goals, making plans, laying the groundwork. Okay, and then once that's said and done, what do we have right here, you guys? Right, where did I show you that? Right next to it, guess what we have? We have the Swan of Queens. And listen to this right here. So now we go from a princess of swords, which is basically like a page of swords to me. Not a page of swords, like a knight of swords, but a female version. Now look down here. I feel like she done went from a princess. She'll go from transformation into the Swan of Queens. And look what's the first word on here. It talks about transformation, it talks about intuition, and it talks about patience. Remember when I split the deck and we had that High Priestess? The High Priestess is all about intuition. She's gonna grow. She's gonna go through some a growth, a growth span in her life when it comes to love. But yeah, transformation and intuition and patience, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time. And then look, the question at hand is, are they destined? If they believe in one more than the other one, because it says if you believe, but we're talking about both of them. So if you believe, I would say yes. I would say yes, man. This is so cute. I like stuff like this. I like readings that come out like this. Because I don't always get them like this. We know I don't always get them this way. All right, well, let's ask the other question that the person wanted to know. Which is, this is where the, what we call it, the juiciness comes in. And this the messiness. This is the messy portion of the reading. All right. Is there a karmic or past life energy? Let's find out. Is there a karmic or past life energy? Let's see. And how are we going to do that, Shay? We're going to use the past life cards. Yes. I use these when I be doing my past life readings on people. All right, so here we go. Let's see. So the question at hand is there a karmic or past life energy? Well, hold on, y'all. Some weird shit just happened. Okay. Yeah, that should have been... Wow. Y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. I don't know why these cards was like this. I swear I pre-shuffled them, but look. Look at here. We got father and we got baby. Can you see that? Didn't I say they're gonna have a baby? See, this was unexpected. This shouldn't have been in this. They shouldn't have been facing like that at all. That was weird. But I said, if they conceive a child, it's gonna be unexpected. Like either it's gonna happen fast, or one of them may thought they couldn't have kids. And then look, we got baby and we got father. Even though I know a father talks about different things, but I'm just saying the fact that we got father and baby right here. Father and baby. So let's see. Okay, make sure they all fucking right. And then look, there go mother. Wow. interesting. Is there, when it comes to Jisoo's future spouse, is there a karmic or past life energy? All right. I also want to use the karma cards. I'm still trying to understand the karma cards a little bit, y'all. You know, I'm still learning these cards. I still can't say I understand them fully. I can be honest. I don't understand them fully, but, you know, it is what it is. I can say that I don't understand them all the way fully. I'm still learning. Y'all. Just bear with you, girl. Just bear with me. Is there a karmic or past life energy? Okay, look at here. And then I want to use the tattoo. Let's use the tattoo tarot here. Ha ha. I never turned the card over. Didn't we have this earlier when I had split the deck when we was using this? But it was a page of wands, wasn't it? I think it was a page of wands, you guys. And now we got this Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck here. Wow. Queen of Swords. Knight of Coins. Two of Swords. All right, here we go. Is there a karmic past life energy for Jisoo's future spouse and her? All right, y'all. I just want to. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. All right. Here we go. Here's Johnny, goddammit. All right. Let's turn it over and see. Wow. Huh. What about this one? Ha! Interesting. Let's read this. It's interesting because we got the Knight right here, right? And remember, just a second ago, at the bottom of that deck, we had the Knight of Wands, okay? And for the knighthood to show up when it comes to, do they have a karmic or past life connection? Let's see what this talk about, because I don't use this. And then they got the Celtic. I don't use this card all the time now. These cards all the time. So we got Celtic and the knighthood. So let's read it. Let's see. Celtic first, which is going to be number 26. And we're going to go to the knighthood, which is going to be number 54. Okay, 54. Okay, so let's read it. So let's read Celtic first. It says, you drew this card because you had a significant past lifetime in a Celtic land, and you continue to feel bonded to this culture. Perhaps you lived in or visit the Isles of Ireland, Scotland, Wales of England. If so, you may have had a sense of deja vu and may be Anglophile, a person who adores these cultures. You are also fascinated with the Stonehenge in the Knight Arthur's Camlet. Now, what is that damn? King Arthur Camlet. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be mistaken, but anytime I think about that Arthur Courts, like in all them doggone movies, ain't that when them people be riding on all them goddamn horses and fucking people up? I think so. My mom used to watch shit like that, so unfortunately we were subjected to the bullshit. But anyway, It says, you may have learned the old religion of the Celtic land, which involves the use of healing herbs and gaining wisdom from the oak tree. You could have even been an ancient druid in disguise. Ooh, what's a druid? What is that? In disguise. They sound not so good. What's a druid? I don't know. Your connection to the elemental realms has made you love fairies, elves, and all fae. You also respect and love trees, especially oaks and willows. I can't stand willow trees. They fucking scare the daylights out of me. My bad. If you haven't already done so, schedule some time to visit an ancient sacred area of the United Kingdom in Ireland, exploring the stones, circles, and castles and spiritual artifacts may trigger additional healing memories. Hmm, this is interesting because the question at hand is there a karmic or past life energy? And it seems like it could be, but not in the sense of one how one may think. But let's read what the knighthood says. It says, once a night, always a night. Let me tell you, once a night, always a night. You receive this card as validation of your inner knighthood. Whether a man or a woman in this life, you have the heart and mind of a knight. Most likely, you've long had fascination with tales and images of knights. You may collect knight figures, decorates with knight related artworks, and even dress up at knights during costume parties. In relationships and careers, you are drawn to defend those who are weak or vulnerable. Wow. Um, you may choose a profession that puts you into a guardian or protective role. It is essential that you only work for organizations that fully believe in. As a knight, you're loyal to those who earn your respect. Otherwise, you are not happy. Interesting. That could have a lot to do why with the fact that I was saying, I wonder why this person is going so hard in this relationship. Because if they don't, they more than likely probably wouldn't be happy. As a knight, you are loyal to those who earn your respect. It says once a knight, always a knight. So he's gonna be very protective over her, and this more than likely has something to do with a past life connection. So the question at hand is it a karmic or past life energy? I don't think it's a karmic one, but I do feel that it is some type of past life connection for these two, and he's gonna want to protect her. He's going to want to protect her, and he's going to want to make sure that she's happy at all times, because if she's not happy, he's not happy. You know what? He's the type of person that I used to tell my ex, happy wife, happy life. And he wasn't going for none of that shit. He was like, no, fuck that. But I think this guy gets it, because if your wife is happy, therefore you will be happy. But some guys don't understand that aspect of it. It ain't so much as giving your wife everything it is that she wants, this, that, and the other, but you have to definitely give her the things that she needs. If her needs is not being met, she's not going to be happy moving forward. You won't be happy. That's where it all comes from. Happy wife, happy life. Now you get this broad everything she want, and she still fuck up. She was not for you in the first place. You know, that was a mistake. It was a lesson moving forward. Yeah. But it's all good. We're going to talk about a whole lot of shit on the member side, y'all. Just know your girl is working on it. I'm doing a lot of shit as we speak right now. I cannot wait to launch it. So let's look at this right here. Is there a karmic or past? What came out with this card when I was shuffling? Ooh, yeah. When I know this ain't it because it says signs, but when I was shuffling these cards, life or death came out. Yep, that's what had came out when I was shuffling these cards. I know that ain't what it is because right now it just talks about signs right here. So let's see when it comes to, is there a karmic or past life energy? It says this is Gemini. Dang, what if her person is a Gemini? I mean, or any air sign. It says information to explain. It says communication about. It says resulting from fluctuations of in Gemini. You see what I'm saying? What did this say? What you want to be known. What is believed about. Okay. So like I said, I don't really always understand these cards and how they work, but one thing's for sure, when it talks about information to explain, I feel like when it comes to their connection, and I said that earlier, I think this night, this past connection may remember the communication wasn't always there in this connection. And that could have been a key as to why things failed as well. Could have been, I'm just saying. But it says resulting from forms the fluctuation of, and we all know how that Gemini energy can be. No disrespect towards Geminis, but y'all know how y'all is. Okay, I didn't say it, but I'm just saying information to be explained. Okay, communication about. So, like I said earlier, when it comes to a past life connection, communication was key. Okay, and I feel like her person is gonna know that moving forward. Communication is key in this relationship. Now, last two cards right here. Is there karmic or past life energy? Oh, what is that? Oh, look at that. This is crazy. I still feel like there's a past life energy, and I don't think, I still don't feel it's bad. I feel it's all was learning. Look what we got. Number 3 or number 6 could be significant to both of them. Listen, we got the 3 of Cups, and we know the 3 of Cups is all about celebration. It's all about celebration. And then lo and behold, we got the 3 of Wands. Let's read what the 3 of Wands have to say. I ain't never had these cards come out together like this. Let's see what it say. I just want to see what the 3 of Wands. I already know what the 3 of Cups say, but what do the 3 of Wands say? See, that's why I said it's something about the number 3 or the number 6. Hell, let's just count by threes. Shit, what is it? 9 and 12 and 15. And I can't go no further than that. God damn it. 18. I can do a little math. No, listen. Look what it say. It says strength in numbers. Strength in numbers, establishing strength. It says troubles ends. Okay, it says business or cooperation in success. Coupled up with the 3 of Cups, heck yeah, these people done known each other in some type of past life. Sure enough, and this is the crazy thing. People rarely request readings where past life comes into play, but when I do them, I never ever say, hey, I think this was a type of past life before the one that they're in now. I've never said that before, but for some reason I feel like this could be them. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever they were doing before they came back, to Earth, I feel like this was their situation then, their past life then. Like not one from like 50 past lives ago. No, I think it was the one prior to this one, if y'all understand what I'm saying. I don't normally go that deep, but that's just the energy that I'm feeling. But anyhow, let's keep it moving to how will they meet? Okay, so the person who requested the reading wants to know how will they meet, and what card? Oh yeah, we're gonna use these ones. We're gonna use the lucid ones, the lucid dream cards. Okay, to see how they would meet, followed with the island time wellness cards. So I'm just gonna Ooh, look. Look, Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God. It's in the correct position. Yo. Then look, there go that damn High Priestess again. Oh, go Five of Swords. Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune here. I'm just shuffling them up. We're not gonna use them right now. Just put those over there for now. Okay. All right, sit down right there for a second. All right. Insight and wisdom, the wisdom of resulting from understanding. Yeah, ooh, and that's in Sagittarius energy. Wow. That was at the bottom of the Karmic cards. Okay. All right, so here we go, you guys. All right, let's see what's going on here. How will they meet? Oh my God. Nigga, that's the ice cream truck. What? Oh my God, the fucking ice cream truck is outside, y'all. Oh my God. And it's a fucking eagle flying outside, y'all. No bullshit. It's an eagle flying outside right now, y'all. He's just gliding. And there go the fucking ice cream truck. Bro, it's coming down my block right now. Ooh, I only got $3. Fucking ice cream so expensive now. I am so fucking sorry. I act like a big ass kid. Damn. The ice cream truck. See, he probably don't see no kids. So big ass one right here in the house. Ice cream. I'm so sorry. I apologize. But that's the first time I heard the ice cream truck this year. I'm gonna give me some ice cream. All right. Get back into it, Shay. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Damn. Okay, here we go. Let's see. How will they meet? On a fucking ice cream truck, just fucking around. All right, looks like the bottom of the deck. Listen. It's funny that we have the Chariot right here. Okay, and the Chariot talks about action, success, forward movement, control, willpower, determination. Okay, working towards goals together. All right, so this is at the bottom of the deck, you guys. But let's just see. How will they meet? Yeah, they could be working on, like I said earlier, because I said we got the Three of Pentacles right here. I think I said that earlier, that they could be working together or something, or coming together to work on some type of project or something, with the Chariot and the Three of Pentacles being right here. But let's just see. Spirit, how will Jisoo meet her future spouse? 3 cards, please. How will they meet? Damn, I can't believe the ice cream. How will they meet? Okay. And then let's use two island time wellness cards. How will they meet? What's at the bottom of the... Ooh, look at here. We got the sword in the rose. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, forces, honor, protection, and power. I'm telling you, communication is key in this relationship. They could be talking right now. I don't know, but it got a lot to do with communication. And like I said, this person is going to protect her. I don't know if she's going to get hurt, fall. I don't fucking know what it is, but bro, sis, on what? He going to be her knight in shining armor. I couldn't help it. Hey, what they say? Once a night, always a night. He going to come. There go the ice cream truck again. Hold on. This motherfucker. I'm just trying to see what it looked like so I know next time. I'm so slow, y'all. I'm so sorry. There you go. There you go. Okay, so he in one of them scary ass white vans that your mom and daddy tell you to stay away from. You know them old ass white vans from like back in the 80s or some shit, or early 90s. It looks like one of them, but it got ice cream shit. I don't care. I'm still give me some ice cream. All right. We gonna come back around. Time is it's damn. It's 3:50 already. Fuck. Okay. How will they meet? On what? They could be having some ice cream together all the time. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. How will they meet? Well, one thing's for sure, y'all. We have the high priestess showing up again. All right. So I think earlier we had the high priestess and we had the star card, and the person wanted to know was they destined. So it's crazy that the high priestess will come out again. Okay. What does it say? Intuition. It talks about mystery. It talks about inner knowing. It talks about divine feminine and spirituality and how higher power. So when it comes to how they will meet, I know sometimes people don't really believe in stuff like this, but however they're gonna meet, it's already designed. You know, a lot of people sometimes don't believe in stuff like that, but it's fated. It's what we call fated. It's already set up for her to meet her future spouse. It's already set up. Yep. And I think that's why when it comes to their past life connection, it wasn't a karmic one, but it was definitely a past connection. Shout out to the person who requested this reading. All right, well, what else we got here? Oh yes, baby, baby. See, that's why I said it's fated. Like how come we got the high priestess next to the Six of Wands? What did the Six of Wands talks about? The Six of Wands talks about success. It talks about public recognition. It talks about achievement. It talks about victory. It talks about triumph. It talks about pride, and it talks about reward. You know, man, I think, I don't know Jisoo, you know, when it comes to everything she done been through when it comes to her relationships. I'm literally, this is my first time doing a reading on her, but it almost seems like because of whatever she done been through, and because of whatever him done been, the person, whoever she ends up with, because of what they done been through, it's like it's gonna be their time to actually have happiness in love. You know, it almost feels like something was taken away from these two and it's being given back to them, almost like a wish fulfillment on some type of level. But regardless, however they meet, okay, it's fated. And here's the thing, it's not gonna be a secret. So when they hook up or were married, whatever the case may be, y'all will know, simply because it says public recognition. Y'all will know. It's not gonna be a relationship that's gonna be hush hush and secretive. But what is this? And there we go again. We got the Knight of Wands again. Courageous, energetic, charming. I said her knight in shining armor. That's what I said. Adventurous, hero. That's what I had said. Now y'all got my Texas coming out. You know, shout out to Texas. Yeah, that's where I was born. Yeah, her knight in shining armor. You know, yeah, it's faded. It, you know, even if this connection don't last, I hope it do. But it's faded. It is faded. Bottom line, we got these nights coming out all crazy, man. All crazy. It's almost make me feel like whoever Jisoo is maybe in some type of past life she was somebody like really, really special. Not saying that she isn't right now. I don't get readings on her. So I don't know too much about her, you know. Unlike you all always having me do John, Cook, and Jennie. I don't know much about her, but back in the day, she could have been that motherfucker. She could have been that one that everybody wanted to be with, you know. She could have been, I'm just saying. I don't know. But what is this? Ooh, look at here. Look at here. How will they meet? And we have the cassette. Oh, did I show y'all? So we got the the high priestess. I know y'all can't see it that good, but it's the high priestess. And then we got the 6 of wands. My bad, be forgetting to show y'all the cards. And then we got the Knight of Wands. Like, I don't be liking when they don't be showing the damn cards. You could be saying anything. I want to see them motherfuckers. Even if I don't know what the fuck them bitches mean, I want to see them, goddammit. But, we got the cassette right here. And it talks about outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head, okay? So when it comes to how they will meet, it's not gonna be conventional, like not conventional. It won't be traditional, you know. And I don't even know what traditional would mean when it comes to how someone would meet. So maybe it ain't gonna be like, hey, this is my friend and this is his best friend, and they go on a date together and that be that. Whatever is considered traditional when it comes to these two, it's not gonna, this relationship, it's not gonna be that way. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? It ain't gonna be the normal way, whatever normal would be considered to them. And it could be like, in some traditions, they already have prearranged marriages, so that could be it. It's not prearranged or whatever. It's not gonna be what people normally consider. Yep, something to that extent. Okay, now let's see, how will their relationship be? How will it be? We know the potential of how it could be, but let's see how it will be, energetically speaking. Let's see how it will be. Hold on, y'all. All right, so let's see, how will it be? Let's see, let's use these cards. Okay, energetically speaking, so we got make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. That's at the bottom. But let's see. Followed by separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. How will their relationship be? Can I get 2 cards, please? How will their relationship be? When it comes to Jisoo and her future spouse, how will their relationship be? 2 cards. These are the Lover's Oracle. This love is crazy. The passion I feel is overwhelming. I don't know how to handle this. Don't say that shit now, nigga. No. How will their relationship be? And then I want to use the manifesting your soulmate cards. The more love and care you give yourself, the more love and care you have to give. Oh, shucks. Followed by, all you need is to believe in yourself. See? That what that card had said earlier, if you believe. So when it comes to these two, like I said, one of them needs more belief than the other. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's on her or if it's on her future spouse, but one of them need more, be more believable, you know. Oh, that's it. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. I want to start with these. Yep, that's why. Yep. See, when it comes to how their relationship will be, start reclaiming who you truly are. And that's why I said it's probably her. I can't say for sure, but it's probably her who needs to have a little bit more faith when it comes to love. Start reclaiming who you truly are. Okay. What about this one? Okay, how would their relationship be like? Bro, sis, didn't I did shuffle the cards. Y'all saw me shuffle the cards. We got it again. This love is crazy. And that's why I said, don't say that shit now. Don't say that shit now. And it came out again. This love is crazy. See, because I think it's gonna be on her. She ain't gonna believe how nice this her spouse is gonna be to her. She ain't gonna believe it. She's just not gonna believe it. And I hope that, because I just hope she don't fuck shit up. I just hope she don't fuck shit up. You know, because you know how sometimes people be like, oh no, everything is too motherfucking good. Something got to be wrong. Something got to be right. I hope she not that type of person. I don't want that for her. What is this? How will their relationship be? See? Boop, 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 boop. See, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody got to tell me a little bit more about her. Somebody need to give me a little bit more insight on her, because we got this right here. It says, you deserve love. Why would she feel like she don't? It says you are lovable. See, this how their relationship gonna be, person who requested the reading. She's gonna need a lot of reassurance, okay? She's gonna need a lot of reassurance in this relationship. And the good thing about it is her person is gonna be okay with that. And you wanna know why they're gonna be okay with that? Because in their past relationship, that's what her person lacked. They didn't give that reassurance in that relationship. That's why he gonna go so hard in this connection. Yep. What she needs is reassurance, and he's gonna be the one that, you know, it's not gonna be the type of person who'd be like, oh, you're nagging and that, fuck, you know, it's not gonna be like that. Yep. This is how their relationship gonna be. She's gonna need a lot of reassurance. He's gonna be available to give it to her. I'm telling you. I don't know how you're gonna find this out, but I'm telling you, this is what's gonna happen. Like, for real. What's this? Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. That's why I said I don't know how y'all gonna find this out. Look what it say. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Yep. Because you're not gonna know how he caters to her and why he caters to her. But I'm telling you, this is why. Because this is what she needs. You may never know. I'm telling you, you may never know. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And look, it's clearly a person in a wedding dress. She deserves love. And this love is crazy. It may seem a little crazy to her, but her person is going to be okay with that, because at the end of the day, he want to protect her, even if it's protecting her from her goddamn self. All right. All right, then. Let's see. Emotional is, oh, this is a good question here. This is a real good question. Is she, Jisoo, her emotional readiness? This is the kicker right here. I got a lot of kickers on them. Her emotional readiness, because that's important. Wow. We got all this damn Sagittarius energy coming out. And now we have the Temperance here at the bottom of the deck. I only said Sagittarius energy because we don't have the bow and arrows come out twice for her. And now we got the Temperance card right here. And I believe this is Sagittarius energy. All right, so Temperance. So the Temperance card is all about balance. Okay. Oh, and that's another thing. When I was shuffling her cards, y'all, on everything, when I was shuffling for her reading, I got cold feet. I got cold feet. Not physically cold feet. My feet wasn't cold and shit like that. But it's like during the wedding time, she gonna get cold feet. She gonna get cold feet, yeah. And I don't know how often that happens. Hell, I got married at the courthouse. I don't know how that works. I don't know how it feels to have cold feet, or is it just a nervousness or whatever, but I didn't experience that. Or did I? I don't fucking know, so long ago. But she's gonna get cold feet. Like at the last minute, she's gonna question a lot, but it's gonna happen. But she's gonna get cold feet, and maybe that's normal. I don't fucking know. Maybe it's normal for people to get cold feet. I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about her readiness, her emotional readiness. Okay, Spirit, can I get 2 cards, please, for Jisoo, female Capricorn? When it comes to her emotional readiness, can I please get 2 cards? See, this tell me right now. So we have the Temperance card, and then I just split the deck, you guys, and we got the Emperor. Whenever I think about the Emperor, I think about a father figure. I also think about discipline and willpower and things of that nature. As far as her readiness go, there might still be a little bit more work needed. Not for sure, but let's just see what comes out. Authority figure. Let's see. Can I shuffle again, please? So when it comes to her emotional readiness, I got a feeling I know what this is. And what else do we need? Her emotional readiness. Let's ask her guides. These are the extra guides, spiritual cards. Let's see. When it comes to Jisoo's emotional readiness, can I get 1 card? What is her emotional readiness? 1 card, please. Emotional readiness. All right, y'all. Let's see what we got here. In her own motherfucking way, as I figured. Yup, in her own motherfucking way. But that's the thing about it, though. Even though right now we have the 9 of Swords, let me tell you what the 9 of Swords says in this particular tarot. What it say? Power of the mind, good faith, integrity, busy mind, suspicious, fear, despair, shame, misery, anxiety regarding loved one. Okay. But it also talks about the Hermit. It also talks about meditation. See, that's why I said with her future spouse, remember I said he had the 3 of Swords, right? But he also had the Hermit card when I split it. So I said, and that's Virgo energy. So I said, he done been hurt, but he done the work. Okay? And now says she gonna feel like this is too good to be true. Fear, suspicious, something's got to be going on because something ain't right. Anxiety, her mind, you know. So she will get to this Princess of Swords and will become this queen, this swan queen. We know what swans are, you know. They're a beautiful thing. But yeah, it's all about the way she thinks. If she believes she'll have the love that she deserves, because remember, you are lovable. You deserve love. Remember? if you believe. Yep, this falls on her, and she got a good person coming into her life. She really do. This so far, this person has been nothing but supportive. So far, energetically speaking, so far they've been very supportive. What else we have here? Look at here. So we have the Nine of Swords, followed by the Four of Cups. And what does the Four of Cups says? Overactive imagination, concealed anxiety, boredom, preoccupation, disappointment and discontent, depression and isolation, not seeing the good things, self-pity, new light, and hidden blessings. The hidden blessings, that's what it say. That this is gonna be all this person. There you go, Four Cups. This gonna be all this person has. He's gonna, whomever they be, is gonna be a hidden blessing that she didn't see coming. She not gonna believe this. Like, I'm for real. She ain't gonna believe it. What does her guys have to say about this when it comes to her emotional readiness? Retrieval. Yeah. We got number 52 and talks about retrieval. So I got to check the bottom of the deck, y'all. Retrieval. There's something she needs to gain or get. Yup. Work together with him and not with her person and not against them. Yep. Teamwork. Yep. All right, then. Well, we're just about done with this portion. Let's talk about the future timeline. Let's see if we can pick up on a timeline for her and her person. Let's see if we can pick up on a timeline, guys. Let's use these cards here, the lucid dreams again, and see if we can pick up on a timeline. Whoa. It's so funny to me. Okay. I don't know what all these cards is, but once again, we got another goddamn knight, okay? This particular knight happens to be a Knight of Swords, and it talks about ambition, fast thinking, success and driven assertiveness, direct, okay? It talks about intellectual focus, okay? So, I'm trying to get a timeline here. All I can tell you is that it's coming. Because I don't know what the hell this say, but I can tell you what's at the bottom. We got the Empress right here, and this Empress right here is pregnant like a motherfucker. And what is this? It's Earth. I be thinking this Empress is like Earth energy, but we have butterflies here, and it says creation of life. It talks about fertility, divine feminine, pregnancy. Yep, and Mother Earth right here, the Empress. So what I can tell you as far as a timeline go, they're definitely coming together. And with this, because sometimes the Empress don't always be pregnant in tarot, but this one is specifically pregnant. So if it's not a real pregnancy, it'll be a new business endeavor, something she considers her baby. All right, so what is this one? Yeah, Page of Swords. Okay, we talk about witty. Okay, we talk about curious. And it talks about mental alignment, thirst for knowledge. I'm telling you, this page, this Princess of Swords is very important. Let me tell you something. Because I don't follow her like that, I'll give you a clue. However she talks and communicates now, like say for instance, on interviews or in songs, however she does that now, when that changes up, that's when y'all know she close. She'll seem to be either talking or singing outside of the box, something that isn't what you guys expect. That's your clue right there. That's how you'll know she's getting close to meeting her person. Whenever that happens, like I said, I always tell y'all the time and date of the readings so you can kind of follow from there. But that's when you'll see it. That's when you'll know. All right. And what is this one? Oh, yeah, she got to go through her toxic energies, obsessions, attachment. This is the devil card right here. And she is a Capricorn. And Capricorn is represented by what in tarot? The devil. So listen, you see, this is the only card out of these that's so dark. You got these two light cards. But see, that's why I turned them over the way that I did. That's how I know we're definitely talking about her, for the devil to come out. Okay. So toxic energies, obsessions, attachments, addictions, oppressions, abusive, okay, shadow self, okay, shadow self. So when she goes through her transformation, that's how y'all know her person is coming. Once she goes through her transformation, she'll be in the energy of the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is something new, curiosity, thinking, knowledge, okay? Then we have that Knight of Swords that comes in, okay? So it's something like that, something to that extent. All right, yep, the devil, Capricorn energy for sure. She finally showed up, like in her reading. Finally, god damn it, it took forever. Last card, future time. Oops. Last card to close out this portion of the reading. Future timeline energy. What can you tell us? Well, even though we got this devil here, and it's a bitch, it will have a peaceful outcome, okay? It will have a peaceful outcome. And then there come baby. It will have a peaceful outcome, you guys. All right. So that's the portion for Jisoo and her future spouse, energetically speaking. Now, you guys, guess what we have to do now? Here's part 2. I told you we have a double feature. And the double feature is Jisoo and Jennie Kim. What is the current energy between them? So, let me just get these cards out the way. I would pause it, but y'all know I cannot because there is no pause button on this stupid iPad. So just bear with me a second. Okay. Almost done, y'all. Ah, look at that. Look, I didn't see that. Look. This was at the bottom of the deck from when we did this. And we were talking about, I forgot what the fuck we were talking about. But when we was using these cards, look what's at the bottom. The Four of Wands, happy family, reunion, celebrations, surprise parties, weddings, family coming together, teamwork and success. Yeah. I forgot what I had asked about it. But that was at the bottom of the deck, y'all. Uh-oh. My son's home. My son's home. I hope he brought me something to eat. For real. I bet you he didn't. Almost done. All right, let's go. We're gonna use these cards right here. All right, you guys, it is still June 24th, 2026. The time is 4:20. Hey, shout out to y'all who get high. It's 4:20 p.m. And this has been part 2. This is part 2 of the requested reading. Jisoo and Jennie Kim. What is the current energy between them? So let's get started. Once again, shout out to the person who requested this reading because you guys get a double feature. So let's go. London, you bring me something to eat, nigga? You forgot? Yeah. All right. I should have texted you. It's all good. Told you. All right, here we go. What is the current energy between Jisoo and Jennie Kim? What is the current energy between them? And then let's use the extra guides. What is the current energy between them? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know what that is, y'all. But we're gonna take it. All right, well, since it stuck out like that, let's see what that's all about. When it comes to the current energy between Jisoo and Jennie Kim, we're gonna start with the extra guides simply because it came out. It just came out like that. So what's the energy? What the fuck? All right, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Person who requested this reading. What's going on with their connection? What's going on with their connection? Are they at odds right now? Or was they at odds when you requested the reading? What's going on with them? Because right now, when it comes to their current connection, there's some type of exhaustion here. That's what it says. Number 19 could be significant. Exhaustion. It says exhaustion. It ain't exhaustion. Yeah, it's exhaustion. So when it comes to their relationship, wherever this drainage is coming in at, this is extra guides. Their guides can help them when it comes to this connection, you know, because clearly it's something that's draining the connection to make it be an exhaustion, okay? It's something draining it, but the crazy thing about it is, even though I haven't looked at these cards yet, I don't feel like it's a drain that was done deliberately. That's what I mean. I don't feel like it's I did this to you on purpose. I made you feel exhausted on purpose. But something did occur. But let's see. Read this way. Oh, okay. All right. So we got the 9 of Pentacles. Peep game. The Nine of Pentacles, whenever I think about the Nine of Pentacles, it's damn near close to the Ten of Pentacles, all right? Um, it takes a lot to get to the Nine of Pentacles. You don't get to the Nine of Pentacles overnight. You have the Eight of Pentacles. You're skillful at work and at doing what you do. So when it comes to this connection, I think work or something like that could get in the way. But let me just read it. Let me just read it because, as I said, I don't feel like I don't feel like it's like the mean girl or something. I feel like, let's see. Listen to this. A self-made individual, a successful entrepreneur or business. Entrepreneur or business, okay? See, that's what I'm saying. Person, success in business in everyday world, being one's own boss. Financial independence, being solely responsible for one's everyday fulfillment, the future growth of a resource through investment. See, I ain't got to these cards yet, but Spirit told me to read them this way. So I think the gist of it, when it comes to their connection, I think it's just busy, trying to take care of business, and maybe the connection isn't what it used to be. But let's just, because that's clearly what this represents in this particular deck, the Nine of Pentacles, self-made individual. Whenever you are working on something, you determine when you begin your day, you determine when you end your day, because you're self-made, which means your business or your grind, whatever, it can only go as far as you're willing to go. You take a break off, you know what I'm saying? That's on you. You go heavy in the paint, that's on you as well. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what it's all about. But let's just turn over here and see what this one has to say. Oh, it don't want to turn over. Oh, see, yup. See, listen, we have the Six of Swords, right? And we know, and they both Capricorns too. So I do Jennie enough to know she's a Capricorn, okay? At least that's what Google said. But listen, we got the Six of Swords right here. In traditional tarot, we know the Six of Swords talks about moving away from something that no longer serves you. Okay? Not saying that the connection that they have no longer serves them. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's something else that took up that space, that energy. But what that was, what did she move towards? Whom, whichever one, whether it was Jisoo or whether it was Jennie, what they moved towards, because this is how the cards are going, what they moved towards was that self-made money, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that may be, okay? And that has caused some exhaustion into their connection. But let's see what this one's saying. They told me to read it this way. See? Now we got the Princess of Pentacles. The Princess of Pentacles, remember this, like the Knight of Pentacles, is something in the making. It's someone or some situation in the making. And it's interesting because, look, I said they're both Capricorns, okay? Now, I don't know if the Princess of Pentacles represents Capricorn, but I know it's the Earth. And I don't know if the Nine of Pentacles represents Capricorn. It probably would. If I was a betting person, I would say it would. But what I'm saying is we got both Earth energies popping out, and they're both Earth signs, right? Right. So I don't feel like the connection, if the reason why the person requested it because something seems off, I just think it's business related. I truly do. With the Princess of Pentacles being here, Six of Swords right there in the middle, and then we got the Nine of Pentacles right here. I'm feeling this is either one of their energies. Either this is Jisoo's over here, and this is Jennie's over here, or this is Jennie's over here, and this is Jisoo's over here. If I was a betting person, I would say that this right here, the Princess, is Jisoo, simply because we had her earlier as the Princess of Swords. That's the only reason why I would make it that way. Not to mention, this Nine of Pentacles look a little bit like Jennie. Just a little bit. It look a little bit like her. You know, I had saw her on whatchamacallit, on that big old art thingy, the gala, yeah. I did a reading on that too. That shit was crazy as hell. before the gala had even started, I did a reading on it. But yeah, that was crazy as hell. And I had got to see her. And I'm like, oh, she a little bitty thing. Look at her. Little bitty thing. All right. So, yeah. So that's what's going on when it comes to their current energy. Now, the person wants to get a little deeper. What is their true what is the true what is their true what is the truth behind the scenery of their relationship? Well, hell, I thought this was it. I thought this was it right here, but hell, you want to go a little deeper. I thought this was justified, but this person want to know a little more. Okay, person who requested this. You want to know a little more, so this ain't good enough for you, huh? You thinking it's more than just business related, eh? Eh? Okay, well, let's see. What is there what is the truth behind the scene when it comes to their relationship? What is the truth behind the scenes when it comes to Jennie Kim and Jisoo? At the bottom of the deck, we have a King of Cups. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on now. Don't be being messy now. Don't be being messy. No, just kidding. Ooh, don't be being messy now. Don't be being messy now. How we gonna have a King of Cups and a Knight of Cups? Oh, this person who requested this reading. We're just gonna look at this for what it is. We got, let's do it this way. We have a Knight of Cups right here. And remember I said this princess is like a princess of knights, whatever, like the female version. And then we got this King of Cups right here. Is there some guy involved in their connection that made you say, hey, let's do a reading to see what's going on with these two? Did a guy come in between? I don't know. I'm literally reaching with this one, y'all, because I just don't know. I just don't know. Because we got two females here. Two female energies right here. Then the person said, what is the truth behind the scenes? Okay, when it comes to this relationship. Was there a guy that came in the middle of their connection? Okay, I don't know. I hope not. Can I shuffle that again, please? Wow. King of Cups and then the Connive of Cups. Definitely. Nope, I'm not even going to say definitely. Nope. Okay, here we go. Get serious. Okay. What is the truth behind the scenes when it comes to their relationship? What is the truth behind the scenes when it comes to their relationship? Because, man, what is the truth? What is the truth? Here we go, y'all. Let's see. Start here. Okie dokie, Smokey. All right, so we got to start down here. I don't know why, but we got to start down here. So what is the truth behind the scenes? All right, we got the runner. So we talk about a runner in a codependent relationship, okay? It talks about fear of integrity and listening to ego. Now, this is interesting, and that's probably why they said start down here. Now, when it comes to behind the scenes, when it comes to their relationship or whatever, I'm not gonna say that. Can I just turn this one over? This is crazy, y'all. So we got the runner followed by a karmic relationship. It says fleeting, trigger, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. So when it comes to behind the scenes, now, this is what I will say. This is what I will say. I'm not there. I'm not a fly on the wall. Okay? But just based off of these two cards alone, you know how sometimes you know something, you may feel something isn't right. No. You know how you may feel something is right, but you know other people may not feel as if it's right. So you don't necessarily act on it. When it comes to behind the scenes of this connection, it's something that it's possible that there was something that occurred, right? That could have occurred that felt right, but wouldn't be perceived right, if that makes sense. So what is this one? Yep. See, I already know what it is. I be trying to I try to deliver it in a settled way, if that's the best word. I try to deliver it settled, okay? Because, you have to be delicate with certain situations like this, so nobody gets the wrong idea or become judgmental. So I try to deliver it as settled as I possibly can with the words that I have in my vocabulary. I don't have many. I grew up as a fighter, not a speaker. Yeah, I let everybody talk. Are you done talking? Yeah, bust them right in their shit. So my vocabulary is not the best. But yeah. So when it comes to behind the scenes, there was probably a connection that could have been somewhat forbidden. Yep. Look at here. Look at this. Look at this. We talking about behind the scenes. We have, and that's the fucking problem right there. Ooh wee, bullshit ain't about nothing. Let me sip on the voodoo grape monster. Let me tell you, that's what it was. Ooh wee. So that's why the person who requested this wanted to know what was really going on behind the scenes. So the world, right? The separation would be because they working. They busy working. And that's the truth. I'm pretty sure they are busy working. That's the truth, right? But if you look behind the scenes when it comes to what people don't really get to see. And remember, I said what is it? I said, we got these two guys. Who is these two guys about? Who are they? They know about this karmic. It could just be one, could be two, I don't know. But when it comes to whatever their connection is behind the scenes, one or two people that are males is aware. Now, let me tell you, I'm going to read this to you. This one male that showed up, which is a page of swords. Well, it says connive of swords, but let's talk about it. Because I already know what it says, but let me tell you what it says. Spy, observer, okay, cunning, outspoken, skillful at handling controversy, the unknown and the unseen. Whomever this connive of swords says has seen some things that wouldn't sit right when it comes to Jennie and Jisoo's connection, okay? We have a Ten of Swords right here. We have a connive of swords right here. And we have a Three of Swords right here. That's why Spirit said, read it this way. The runner, karmic relationship. Three of Swords, connive of swords. Somebody's seen something. Got to end this. Got to put this to an end. Let's talk about what this says. Okay. We got all this shit in here. This is the source is all about what? Breakthrough, mental clarity, communication. This is what all this shit about. Somebody seen something, somebody heard something that wasn't quite right. Somebody knows something or heard something, seen something that wasn't quite right. Okay, to them, it wasn't quite right. So they know something. This is what it says. It says sadness. Well, let's read it this way. It says disruptive forces. This way. Disruptive forces, heartaches, distance, absence, confusion, losses, emotion, moral compass, okay? Resolving a dilemma, victory through right actions. It talks about the healing power of pure intentions. No pain, no gain. Now let's go over to this connive of swords. This connive of swords says spy, observer, okay, indiscretion, surprise. Yeah, whoever this person is saw something. And I'm like, okay, where do these two guys come in at that we saw earlier? What do they know? They saw these two in some type of compromised position or situation that somebody may not approve of. Okay? So that's why I said sometimes that something that may feel good, but others may not perceive it as that. Okay? And then we have the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords talks about affliction, sadness, grief, pain. We can let things drag us down or pick ourselves up and move on. Faith when the chips are down. It's only a matter of time and choices before turning the page. So whatever it is when it comes to behind the scenes, when it comes to their connection, whether they act on that connection or whether they didn't, they had to move forward because somebody knew something. Sorry, so they couldn't move forward because somebody seen something or heard something they wasn't supposed to. And that's the end of that there. Damn, I didn't expect that to come. Well, what the fuck is at the bottom of the deck? Yeah. Five of Cups talks about a loss. Yup. This hurt them. This hurt their connection. Sure did. It hurt their connection. Whatever their connection was, it hurted it in on more levels than one. And I'm so sorry for that. Because I truly feel like people should be able to, live whatever life it is that they want to live and don't be judged by it. I really do. Damn, look. Wedding rings is at the bottom of the deck. I really do feel that way. I swear. It should be crazy. And I think a lot of times people be wanting to do stuff, but they just be so concerned about what everybody else is going to say. Y'all know how I feel about it. What I say, fuck them and feed them a can of beans out of a dented can. Yes, that's how I feel about it. Fuck what they think about you. If you happy, do it. If you're not hurting nobody, do it. Shit. Because a lot of people do what the fuck they want to do, and they end up hurting other people in the process. They don't give no fuck. So at least if you're doing something that feels good to you and you're not hurting nobody, why not? Hell, all that shit went out the window in fucking middle school. I wish a bitch would try to judge me on what the fuck it is I'm doing. Bitch, this is not elementary or middle school no more. Yeah, you go. Oh, I can't wait to do the membership. I got this. I'm gonna do this one reading. It's gonna be crazy. I can't wait for y'all to hear it. It's gonna be crazy as hell. Cause I wanna know. I'm gonna do a reading on myself. Y'all gonna be able to see what cards come out when on the membership though. When I do the reading, you're gonna be able to see the cards that I do on myself and see what comes out. It's gonna be slick as hell. I don't know if it's gonna be slick as hell, but I don't know what's gonna happen. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's talk about are there misunderstandings or emotional distances? Well, god damn it, didn't we just figure that all out just a second ago? Well, yeah, we already know that. Are there well, fuck it, why not? Let's just go. Are there misunderstandings or emotional distance when it comes to Jennie Kim and Jisoo? Are there misunderstandings or emotional distance? Okay, let's see. I want to look at these first, because this is the hidden truth. You know what? Nope. Let's save that. Go over here. We're going to start here, y'all. Are there misunderstandings or emotional distance? The reason why I want to start here, because this middle card is going to help me explain why these two are here. So let's see. Choices. Well, fuck. Look at here. That's why I said we got the 7 of Cups. And we're talking, the question at hand is, are there misunderstandings or emotional distances? And what better card to come out when we come to emotions? We have the 7 of Cups. Okay, this is Scorpio's energy right here, you guys. And this says many choices, and it talks about multiple possibilities and opportunities, picking, deciding, procrastination, choices, decisions, procrastination again, dreaming, fantasies, illusions, wishful thinking, imagination, and hallucinations. Every time I look at this card, I think of the choices that one could make, okay? Sometimes we have a lot of choices on the table. You got to make sure the choice that you make is the right one for you, not the one that just looks good. We got choices in here with snakes in here. We got choices in here with jewelry in here. You know, there's different things in these cups, but you got to make sure you choose the right one for you, okay? So when it comes to are there misunderstandings, let's see the choice that brought about this misunderstanding and the choice that brought about this understanding. So let's start here. Of course, Capricorn energy, they're both Capricorns, the devil. And he talks about obsession, deception, dependency, bondage, hopelessness, abuse, sex, okay, aggression, and violence. All right. I'm not looking at this card as this. I'm looking at it more so the fact that they both are Capricorns, all right? And I know they both had a choice to make, okay? So that's why I turned this one over first as opposed to this one. So this lets me know with the Devil card coming out and they both being Capricorns, this was a mutual choice, okay? So what was the outcome? Yikes. Yikes. Yeah. Conflict, argument, disagreements, struggling, fights, temper, personality, egos, conflict, confusion. And you want to know why? You want to know why this five of wands came out? Because they made a choice that wasn't based on how they truly felt. They made a choice based on what others thought and whomever knew about what was going on behind the scenes. That's where the conflict came in at. That's where the struggle came in at. That's where the fights and the opposition came in at. Defensiveness came in at. Well, damn. Well, damn. Well, fuck. Well, I got to see what's at the bottom. Same thing as earlier. Six of Swords, moving away from the baggage, moving away from things that no longer serves you. Wow, ain't that about a bitch? All right, y'all. Well, let's see what the hidden truth is. Yup, I bet you do. I wish things could be different. I'm sure. Yeah, what else? What else you got to say? You don't know how hard it was to let you go. Well, it wouldn't have been so motherfucking hard if you would have done what the fuck it is that you wanted to do. Nothing is hard to let go if it's your choice. It's easily done. But when you do things that are for other people's satisfaction or benefit, this is what makes it hard. Because obviously it's something that they did not want to do. Wow. Fuck you mean. I'm so done. Well, we're going to keep it moving. Yes, Lord, we're going to keep it moving. Because you could have had this. But instead, you got that. Well, don't be popping off here. Look, it fell out again. Yeah, it's the truth. They could have had the 9 of Cups. Like, no bullshit. I don't be pulling this shit out of my ass, man. It's just what it is. People gonna start living for themselves. They're gonna start living for themselves. Hell. I feel like you left me behind because you did, motherfucker. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. All right, y'all. Let's see. What else the person want to know? What? How does Jisoo feel about Jennie? What the fuck? We just talked about how she felt, how they felt about each other. Do I really got to do that? How does Jisoo feel about Jennie? All right. Bottom of the deck, we got the 2 of Wands here. Can I get 2 cards, please? How does Jisoo feel about Jennie? Please. How does Jisoo feel about Jennie? Okay. And how does Jennie feel about Jisoo? Okay, I'm trying to hurry up, you guys, because we are already 2 hours in. How does Jisoo feel about Jennie? How does Jisoo feel about Jennie? Oh. How does Jennie, let me do it again. How does Jennie feel about Jisoo? Okay. Uh-oh. Well, why you do that? What you looking like that for? I guess I better start with this one, y'all. Can y'all see it? Okay. So this over here, I want to start over here, but let's see. How does Jennie feel about Jisoo? Of course, motherfucker. All right. See, that's why you see how them cards had crossed over like this. And then look what we got. We got the Wheel of Fortune and we got the Two of Swords. Let's just read what it says. Let's just read what it says. This is what it say. And let me go to the Wheel of Fortune. Here we go. It says stalemate, conformity, inner conflict, disloyal desires for respite, truth, poise, balancing of opposing parts. Balancing of opposing parts. Didn't we talk about opposing parts when we had that five of wands right there? Balancing of opposing parts. This Two of Swords represents an inner conflict. Disloyal to how she really fucking felt. It's an inner conflict. She was, it was like a crossroad. She was in a crossroad. And then we got that inner conflict with the Wheel of Fortune sitting on top of it. Let's see what the Wheel of Fortune got to say. Cycles of life, destiny, a new cycle, evolution through progression, advancement, success, manifestation, unexpected events, sudden luck, a God-sent setup and downs. One person's loss is another person's gain. Because, for whatever reason, we know what the reason is, because somebody saw something they weren't supposed to see. She couldn't act on whatever it is that she wanted to act on. I'm not going to say what it was. They couldn't move forward like they wanted to, okay? But because of that, it's a loss because they both felt some type of way, but one person's loss is another person's gain, okay? And that could have a lot to do, like I talked about the reading earlier, when I said she feels like Jisoo doesn't feel like she deserves love. And when she do meet her person, she not gonna believe it. So what is this? How does Jennie feel about Jisoo? Didn't see that one coming. I won out. And that's exactly what happened. I won out. That's why they had me do hers first. How she feels, I won out. I've never got this card before, y'all. That's why I said one person's loss is another person's gain. I won out. Wow, I'm telling you, I didn't see that one coming. Let's roll over here. Let's see, how does Jisoo feel about Jennie? Ooh. Ooh. Whew. This is funny. We got one over here. That felt an inner conflict with the Two of Swords, right? Then we got a one over here that felt as if there was a contradiction or criticism. And we already know what the contradiction was, and we already know what the criticism was. I talked about that earlier in the reading. We already know what it was. Listen, a trauma that can be healed, but you're swamped by the details, pent or entrapped. Dark night of the soul. And that's where that devil came in for both of them. Yup. What else? Haha. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Jisoo was hurt by this connection. Okay. But when it comes to how she feels about Jennie, it's still on a high pedestal. It's still on a high pedestal because, let's see. With the Wheel of Fortune, you know, Jennie feels like Jisoo will find what it is that she wants. It's just not her because of the certain circumstances at hand. Jisoo, when it comes to Jennie and how she feels about her, she still feels as if she's the empress, the queen, feminine power. It talks about fertility, mother of fertility, pleasure, luxury, beauty, success, innovation, movement, over attachments, okay, wealthy, marriage, okay. So she still feels like, you know, this person, you know, I still got high hopes for this person. I don't wish them anything bad. They'll do good in life, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it just won't be whatever when it comes to them. What about this one? Interesting. This is crazy. This is crazy. You know what I feel like? And I could be tripping. We got you deserve better. And then we got I want out when it comes to how they feel about each other. So I feel like Jisoo talked herself into believing, you know what, she deserves better. And with I want out, I feel like Jennie couldn't figure nothing else out but I want out. But if I was a betting person, I bet they wanted in. What's at the bottom of the deck? Ha! I wish I could be like you. Whatever that means. I'm telling you, if I was a betting person, this is not, I don't feel this is what they truly want, but I think it fits the narrative for the contradiction with the contradiction over here and the inner conflict over here. Because even though these are two pissy cards that showed up first, right, with the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords, but look at the two cards on the side of them. So that lets me know this is where the inner conflict comes in. This is where the battle comes in at. Where does the inner conflict always start in? Our fucking brain, right? That mental clarity part, that's where it starts at. Regardless of what their connection was, whatever. Put out there, say whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it was, whatever made the person request this reading to see what was going on with them, I'm telling you, this is not what they wanted. But it had to be this way for whatever reason. So, let's talk about what is the energy behind the public speculation. Damn, I didn't even know there was no public speculation. Well, let's see what the energy is behind the public speculation. Woo! That's never good. We got a tower moment here. Hold on, y'all. Okay. We're going to use the T cards here. I can't do this right now. I cry at night, and I wish I could be like you. Okay. I can't promise you anything. These are the cards that I'm seeing as I'm shuffling them. All right, here we go. Let's see what the T got to say. I didn't even know there was no public speculation going on. All right, what is the energy behind the public speculation? I guess I'm gonna find out. This is the T card, y'all. What's the T? Got the damn running card again. When it comes to Jennie Kim and Jisoo, I'm sorry for saying her name wrong. What is the energy behind the public speculation, please? Two cards. What is the energy behind the public speculation? So I'm gonna ask for two, what's the T cards? And then I want to ask for one, what's the news card? What is the news when it comes to what is the energy behind the public speculation? Can I get one, what is the news? Whoa, what is this? Okay, I only wanted one card, y'all, but that was weird. Look like we gonna get two. Okay, so here's the thing. I just heard there's more parts to it. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I just heard there's more parts to it. So when it comes to the public speculation, maybe more than the public had to do with the speculation. Maybe somebody else put something out there that knows them. I don't know, but I just heard there's more parts to it, and I don't know what more parts to it could mean at this point in time. Can I get one confession card? When it comes to the energy behind the public speculation, can I get one confession card? We almost done, y'all. Can I get one confession card, please? Well, don't everybody confess at one time. Can I get one confession card? Anything? Ooh, stubbornness. We want to be stubborn today. Can I get one confession card, please? Did y'all see that? Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Okay. Now, ain't this about a biatch? We got 3. They just slid on out. So we're just going to set that right there for now, because somebody got a lot to say. So let's see. What is the energy behind the public speculation? It's a waste of time. Stuck, no change, and limits. Okay. What about this one? I saw that one earlier. See? Scarcity tactics. When it comes to the public speculation behind the energy, wasted time, stuck, no change, and limited. Scarcity tactics. Remember what I had said earlier when these news cards came out. Something with scarcity tactics being here, there was some type of game played. There was somebody was put in a position, whether it was these two or somebody else, was put in some type of position, okay? But the crazy thing about it, with wasting time and stuck in no change, I'm not 100% if the scarcity tactics worked. I don't know. I'm not for sure, because I didn't even know nobody was talking about nothing about these two. But I don't know if what was put out there actually did the job that it was supposed to do. So whatever was put out there, I don't know if it was successful, is what I mean, with wasted time being here. So what's the news? Greed, bareback, and inconsiderate. Well, damn. We got lust here. Well, damn. Followed by lost, ghosted. Ooh. Wow, disappearing acts. Cowardice. I never heard of that word before. Wow. This is the news right here. So I almost feel like something was done when it comes to the public speculation. I feel like something was done out of jealousy. And I could be wrong. But whatever was done, it didn't work the way that they wanted it to work. Whomever this is, it didn't work the way that they wanted it to work. Cowardice. I never heard of that before. Am I saying that right? Cowardice. What's the confession about? Wow. Well. This is the important part. Spirit just said this is the important part. So none of this shit matters. I mean, take it how it resonates, and that's probably why it says wasted time, because this is the part that matters the most, the confession. And this is what it says, y'all. Let go of fear. You are safe with me. I have no fear of making mistakes. Nothing you do or say will ever make me stop loving you. There are no mistakes on this journey, only soul's lesson. Everything happened for a reason. It's safe to be vulnerable with me. See what I'm saying? I told you. I told you. Whatever their connection was, if it's no longer as strong as it wanted to be, it wasn't something that they did. They didn't want to do it, but they had to do what they had to do. Listen to this. Listen to this part right here. Regret. My intentions was not to hurt you. I am so ashamed and embarrassed. I can't bear to look at you in your eyes and tell you everything. I can't stand the thought of making you cry. Just let me build you up courage to confront this. Just let me build up the courage to confront this. They gonna talk about it when it's safe to talk about it. They got regrets. Yeah. And if I was a betting person, I would say it's on Jennie. If I was a betting person. I could be wrong, but I would say it's on Jennie. Could be the other way around. And then we got opening up. I'm getting ready to say what's in my heart. I know that this love is true, unconditional, and everlasting kind of love. I want you to know that I'm trying to open up, but it's hard for me to put my feelings for you into words. But I know I have to do this, and you need to hear them. They gonna have a conversation. Whatever that conversation is, they're gonna have it. Yo, 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 and a bottle of rum. Wow, didn't see that coming. A shout out to the person who requested the reading. We are almost done, okay? So, what is the spiritual purpose of this connection, period? Let's use the African goddess in the wisdom of the realm. So, well, damn. What's that? Celestial alignment. We all know every connection, every relationship, every person that comes into our life is for a reason. Sometimes they're meant to stay, sometimes they're not, and sometimes they're meant to teach us something. And sometimes we be holding on to motherfuckers who was never meant to stay in our life. And sometimes we push away the ones who are meant to be in our life. But it's okay. It's all a learning lesson for all of us. Right? Right. Okay. Now, let's talk about what is the spiritual purpose of their connection. Sacred lust. One card, please. When it comes to Jennie Kim and Jisoo, what is the spiritual lesson when it comes to this connection? What is the spiritual lesson? Also, what is the spiritual lesson? Okay, y'all. Let's see what we got. Oh, shucks. Well, let's read it right quick. We got number 16. I don't know how long they've been knowing each other, but we got number 16. So when it comes to their spiritual connection, it talks about your happiness matters. Joy is sacred. Your laughter, water, and earth. You deserve to be happy. It is safe for you to feel good. Allow yourself to feel good. Allow yourself to feel joy with no limits. This is self-love. Your happiness doesn't look like anyone else. If you can't imagine it, you won't be able to live it. Giggle therapy breaks. Close your eyes and see yourself joy-filled. Now laugh with your mouth and your eyes and open wide. And try to release the good endorphia. It says, I feel like me when I'm happy. See, that is the lesson behind a spiritual connection, is joy. Your happiness matters too. And I believe whatever they went through is because they was more concerned of what other people would say or feel about their connection versus how they truly felt inside. And that sucks for them. Yep. And look at here. This is Ashanti in Ghana. And this talks about Mama Earth. Now remember, we had that Empress come out. And remember, they are both Capricorns. I look at that as Earth energy, Pentacles, okay? Mama Earth, okay? A major transition in your life, right? The lesson is to be happy, and your happiness doesn't look like everybody else's happiness. That's what the spiritual connection of these two is. Yup. Not to give a fuck about what nobody else think about your giggles and your laughs and what makes you happy. The camel boy. Yup. Small steps and ask for help. If you can't do it by yourself, small steps and ask for help. Yep. Number 33 could be significant to either one of them. Now, last but not least, let's get ready and close it out. Let's see what the future looks like. Let's see what the future connection looks like for these two. Let's see what the future connection looks like for these two. I just need 2 cards. When it comes to the future relationship of Jennie Kim and Jisoo, what does the future of their relationship look like? 2 cards, please. And let me get 1 Island Time Wellness card. When it comes to the future of their relationship, okay, let's see. Haha, I like it. So, don't know what these two say. Don't matter much. But transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phases, and preparing for union. So when it comes to their future relationship, it may not be what it used to be, but it will be something, okay? It'll be something. Let's see. Yep, they'll definitely work together in the future. 3 of Coins. Okay, this is Earth energy. Okay, they both caps. Yep, we got the Connive of Coins. Yeah. Yeah, they more than likely could be working on something or thinking about something right now with the Connive of Coins being right here, because this is like the Page of Coins right here. So they're gonna come together somehow, some way, and work together. And in the processes of them working together, they're gonna be able to talk about these 3 cards right here, okay, and move forward. Yep. All right, with that being said, this has been the requested reading for Jisoo and her future spouse, and Jisoo and her current energy when it comes to Jennie Kim. Appreciate you for requesting the reading. My apologies for taking so long, but you guys, just a lot of people who want these readings. But like I said, if I see them, I do them. And remember, I do personal readings too on the side, so I'm always working. So shout out to the people who've been coming to get the personal readings. I appreciate y'all. I adore y'all. And them readings just be so beautiful. And remember, right now they free. They're free right now because I'm still learning. But so far, so good. People be giving me so much positive feedback. It be tripping me out. So I appreciate y'all, and I thank y'all. And who next? Who next? Let me see, y'all. Let me check and see whose reading is up next. No notebook. That's the wrong one. Okay. So the next person who is up, you guys, is John Cook feels about the hate that he receives. So that's the next reading. John Cook, how does he feel about the hate that he receives? And after that, we'll be doing John. I might make that a twofer. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make that a twofer. Yes, that's going to be a double feature as well. So I'm going to do them together. How does John Cook feel about the hate that he receives? And I'm also going to do John Cook and his future children's legacy and family purpose. So I'm going to do those together, okay? So those are the next readings that I will doing soon, you guys. I'm going to try to do it tomorrow. Okay? Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And I'm out. And remember, anybody can request a reading. If you want a personal reading by me, they're free. All you got to do is email me with whatever it is you want to know. If you want to know about love, job, family, or general, or whatever comes out, just let me know. And we'll figure it out and go from there. All right? Thank you. Bye-bye.